Hey everyone, my name is Veronica. Welcome to your practice. Today we're going to be doing a 30-minute Yoga Sculpt class, and I'm going to be using some weights and some blocks. For the weights, I'm using 3-pound weights, but certainly use whatever you have at home and whatever you are comfortable with. And so for today's practice, we're going to start in a seated position. So just go ahead and take a seat, whatever you're comfortable with. And once you get to where you're going, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And just nice, easy breathing in and out of the nose. And just letting go of anything that's happened before you've come to your practice. Just bringing yourself here into this present moment. And then just start to deepen the breath. So I want you to think about filling up the belly, filling up the rib cage, and then filling up the chest. Pausing at the top, and then release the exhale, releasing from the chest, then the rib cage, then the belly. Drawing that belly button back towards the spine, releasing everything, pausing, and then begin your next breath. So take your time with this breath. So you're breathing in nice and deep. And then exhale, slowly release it. Pull that belly button back towards the spine, let it all go. And begin the next breath. Using your mind's eye to watch the breath moving in and out of the body. And so for your practice today, I'll ask that you go ahead and set an intention. So this is something that you can bring with you into your day today. And then just gently opening up the eyes, letting some light in. And then just release the hands down alongside the body. On the inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. And exhale, slowly release. And a couple more like that. Deep breath in. And exhale. Last one. And release it. Good. Planting one hand down, sweeping the other up and over. Drawing that top shoulder back, bringing the gaze up towards the sky. Good. Coming back to center, planting the other hand, reaching up and over. Good, and then back to center again. Taking one hand, bring it to the opposite knee. Bring the other hand back behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen, nice and tall here. And then exhale, just come on into a twist in the direction of that hand behind you. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Good, one more here. And release. Good, make your way back to center. We'll do the other side, so opposite hand to the opposite knee. Hand behind you, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to twist. Good, 2 breaths like this. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last one. Good, slowly make your way back to center, and then we'll make our way onto all fours. We're going to do a few rounds of our cat-cow. So I want you to make sure that the fingers are spread nice and wide and the shoulders are right over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. On the inhale, you're going to go ahead and drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, slowly begin to round, dropping the head. Good, inhale, coming forward, opening up that heart. Exhale, really pushing that floor away, rounding that spine. Good, one more here, deep breath. And exhale. Coming back into that neutral spine, we'll just make our way into our plank pose. So go ahead and curl those toes, all right? Pausing in your plank pose, Core is engaged, thighs are engaged, shoulders are out of the ears. And then just go ahead and push up and back into your down dog. Once you get into your down dog, I want you to go ahead and make some moves that feel good for you. So maybe you're pedaling out the feet, dropping one heel and then the other. And then maybe bending both knees nice and deep, getting those hips up nice and high, dropping the chest towards the thighs. And then slowly begin to straighten out, dropping those heels down towards the earth. They may not get there, it's all good, whatever it is for you. Good, go ahead and ripple into a plank pose. From here, go ahead and drop down to the knees, the chest, and the chin. Keep the elbows nice and close. Inhale, go ahead and come on into that low cobra, gently lifting up. And then exhale, just go ahead and push it up and back into that down dog. Good. All right, so three-legged dog on the right side, right leg up and back as you draw the left heel down. I want you to go ahead and step that right foot between the hands. We're going to go ahead and drop that back knee, top of the foot. You'll grab onto your blocks. Any height is fine. We're going to go ahead and just sink the hips down towards the ground and then pull the hips back and straighten out that front leg. Pull the toes towards you. You certainly can bring the blocks a little closer if you need to. We're going to alternate between the two. So go ahead and plant the front foot, drop the hips, open up the shoulders. Good. And then pull it back, straightening out that front leg. Pull the toes back towards you. Good. Two more like that. So really think about pulling those shoulder blades back, maybe a slight back bend. Good. Pull it back, straighten out those leg, toes come towards you. One more time here. Good. And now we're going to hold it here. Certainly you can pull those blocks back towards you if you need to. I want you to go ahead and pull the right hip back, left hip forward, just slightly. It's a very small movement. And then go ahead and think about dropping your chest down towards your thigh. So keep a nice flat back here. Keep those toes moving towards you. Breathing here. So you should feel a nice stretch in the back of that front leg. And one more breath. Good. And then slowly coming forward, go ahead and plant those blocks. Plant the hands, curl the back toes, step back into your plank pose. Pausing once again here, nice and strong. Shoulders out of the ears. And then lower down to the knees, chest, chins. Inhale, go ahead and come on into that low cobra, gently lifting up. Exhale, push it up and back into your down dog where we will begin the other side. So our left leg will go up to the sky as you draw the right heel down towards the earth. Go ahead and step that foot between the hands. If you need assistance, grab onto that ankle so you can step the foot forward. Drop the back knee, top of the foot. Once again, grab onto your blocks. Any height is fine. Good. Sink the hips to start. Good. Gently pull the hips back, straighten out the front leg, pull the toes towards you. Good. And again, we're going to alternate here. So as you go forward, maybe pull the shoulders down and back, and then shift it back, straightening out that front leg. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, right? Maybe a slight back bend here. And exhale, pull those toes towards you. Last time, drop those hips. Good, pull it back. And we're going to hold it here. So again, you can pull those blocks in. And I want you to pull the left hip back, right hip forward. And once again, nice flat back, dropping the chest towards the thigh. You may not go very far. It's all good. Keep those toes pulling towards you. And again, you'll feel that nice stretch in the back of that front leg. Good, one more breath here. Good, coming forward. Go ahead and remove the blocks, plant the hands, step it back once again in your plank pose. Once you're here, keep the core nice and engaged, thighs engaged. We're going to go ahead and just tap the toes off of the mat, one and then the other. Good, keeping that core nice and still if you can. Just moving the legs. Good, one more each side. Good, and then we'll go ahead and drop down to the knees, chest, chin. Inhale, go ahead and come on into that low cobra. And then exhale, just push it back into a brief child's pose. So separate the knees, toes touch, sink the hips back, stretch the arms out, and come up high onto the fingertips, right? So your arms are up off the ground. So a nice active child's pose here. You think about dropping the chest towards the ground. Good. One more breath here. And then make your way into your down dog. Lifting those hips up and back, drawing the heels down. Bringing your gaze towards your hands, slowly begin to walk the feet up towards the hands and come on into a forward fold. So soft knees here, right? You don't want to lock them out. You can certainly use your blocks, right? So you're always bringing the floor to you. Let the head, neck, shoulders go here. Good. We're going to slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. And once you get to stand, sweep those arms up to the sky. Big stretch. And then exhale, just lower those hands down alongside the body. Good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab onto our weights. And just coming to the top of the mat. All right, so I want you to go ahead and have those elbows back behind you. We're going to take a seat here, right? So you're pushing those hips back, take a bend in the knees, elbows back behind you. We're just going to get those triceps going here. So I want you to go ahead and just press it back and pull it in, right? Back and in. So now I want you to think about having the weight in the heels, right? So you should be able to lift your toes, right? We'll keep them on the ground, but just so that you have that sensation. Good. Those elbows are pulled back behind you. All right. You're working those triceps nice and slow, nice and controlled. I want you to think about having those shoulders out of the ears and keep the chin pulled back. Good. And you're breathing. Good. 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good, last one. Now, keeping the legs right where they are, going to go ahead and bring those weights into the chest and just a tiny pulse here. So up an inch, down an inch, right? Good. And just face towards you. So just up an inch, down an inch. Breathing here, right? So it's a very small movement. You should feel that pretty quickly. Good. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding here. Now come up onto one toe, one toe, all 5 toes really. And now we're just going to go ahead and pulse it here. Good. So you're just pulsing, right? Have that heel lifted. Good. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and plant that foot. We'll do the other side. So you're up on the toes, the heel lifted, and again, just pulsing here, right? So again, very small movement, up an inch, down an inch. Good. You're breathing, you're smiling. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Plant that foot, and you can go ahead and just rise up and just shake it out. Okay, so coming back into that Utkatasana, shift the hips, take a bend in the knees. This time you're going to have those arms down. I want you to go ahead and just draw those elbows up and lower. Draw it up and lower. Good. So keep the chin pulled back. Good. All right. Get those elbows up nice and high so you're working the upper back here. Drawing up and down. Good. 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one we're going to add on. Good. Now you're going to have those arms. They're going to be rounded here. I want you to go ahead and open up out to the side, lower, then draw the elbows up and lower. So it's draw it up and lower, draw it up and lower. So you're out to the side. Arms stay nice and rounded here. Good. And then draw those elbows up. Good. Draw it up and out. Try to keep the chin pulled back. And you start to feel this. Draw it up. Pull it back. Good. 3 like this. And 2. Good. Last one. Good. Arms stay here. We're going to hold it here. I want you to pull it up, press it back, pull it in and lower. Draw it up, back, in, and lower. Good. So again, we're hitting those triceps, getting the upper back, getting it all done here. Again, having the weight in the heels. 2 like this. Good. Last one, you're going to hold it back. Now I want you to flip those palms up to the sky. You're going to lift one and then the other. All right, so lift it up and then the other. Good. And again, you should start to feel this. Trying to keep those arms back behind you. We're almost done with this sequence. Good. One more each side. Good. Hold it here. Now turn the palms so they're facing in towards the midline, and I want you to just pulse here, right? So tiny pulse into the midline. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Rise up. Go ahead and draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Pull it back and down, right? So you just go ahead and make some big circles here. It should feel good. All right, so now facing the long edge of your mat, I want you to go ahead and take a big step out. Your toes are going to be angled out. Your weights are going to be in front, facing towards you. We're going to go ahead and just lower it down here. All right. Now, as you rise up, I want you to pull the weights up, and the elbows are going to go up nice and high, and then you sink down nice and low. So you're just drawing up and lower. Good. Draw it up and lower. Right, so now I want you to think about having pressure on the outer edge of the feet so that the knees are not turning in. Right, and you're sinking down as low as you can. Right, that'll be different for everyone. It'll be different on every day. So just do whatever you can do today. Draw it up and lower. Draw up and lower. Good. 5 more like this. Good. And 4. And 3. Good. And 2. Nice. And last one. Just go ahead and lower it down. All right. Just a shoulder roll here. We're going to keep the legs just as they are. Go ahead and come on into your cactus arms. Right. Soft grip on those weights. Go ahead and lower it down. Now I just want you to go ahead and draw it into the midline and then open it back up. Right. So just in and open, in and open. Good. So you're sinking down nice and low. Maybe you can go a little bit lower. Again, think about having that pressure on the outer edge of the feet. Good. All right, so we are going to go ahead and lift the right heel up and then the left. Good. And lift and lift. Good. One side and then the other. It really doesn't matter which side you started on, right? So you should start to feel this. I know I do. Good. You've got this. One more on each side. So lift and then the other. Good. Back to center. Now I want you to bring those weights down onto the thighs, and then you're going to go ahead and shift the hips back. All right, so shift them back. So now that should feel pretty good. I want you to go ahead and dip one shoulder into the midline, bring your gaze off of the other. Good, back to center, other side. Good, and then back to center again, and then slowly begin to rise up. You can go ahead and just shake it out. Good job. All right, back towards the top of the mat. Bring those weights right in front of the thighs. I want you to go ahead and just begin to fold, and you're going to let those weights follow the legs as you go. Bend the knees as you need, and then just lower those weights down. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's go ahead and step that right foot back. We're going to go ahead and keep the right hand down on the ground, or you can use your block, whatever you like. and send that left arm up to the sky. You're going to have that back leg nice and engaged. Reaching, bringing the gaze up. Good, one more breath here. Good, and then slowly come on back. We're going to go ahead and drop that back knee, top of the foot. Actually, keep the toes curled under. I want you to go ahead and place that left elbow down on top of that knee, left knee. You're going to grab onto your weight in the right hand, and you're going to go ahead and place the elbow in front of the left wrist. Good. We're going to go ahead and just do some biceps here. Right? If you want, you can use both weights, or you can change the weights, whatever you want. Good. All right. So if you'd like to add on and you'd like more, you can go ahead and begin to lift the back knee as you curl the weight up and then lower. Go ahead, draw it up and lower, right? So it's just an option here. Maybe you try it and you don't like it, it doesn't work for you, right? It'll certainly challenge your balance here. So just nice and slow, nice and controlled. There's never any reason that you have to keep up, right? Just go at your own pace here. Good. So think about really using that bicep, right? As you curl that weight up towards the shoulder. Good. 3 like this. And 2. Good, and last 1. We're going to go ahead and just lower that weight down, move the block if you have used it, plant the hands, lift that back knee, and step the back foot up to meet the front, and come on into that forward fold. We'll do the other side. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step that left foot back. Good. Once again, you can use a block or just have your fingers down on the ground. You're going to go ahead and sweep that right arm up to the sky. So you have that back leg nice and engaged. Your gaze is up towards the sky. You're breathing. Good. Slowly lower it down. We're going to go ahead and drop that back knee. Keep the toes curled under. You're going to go ahead and bring that right forearm up onto the leg. Grab the weight in the left hand. Again, the elbow is resting on the back of the right wrist, and we're going to get the bicep on the left side. So you're just drawing that weight up towards the shoulder. Good. And again, it's a soft grip on the weight, but I want you to really think about using that bicep. You can use 2 weights if you wish. And then if you want to add on, we're going to go ahead and lift that back knee and then lower, right? So just be careful not to slam that knee down into the ground. Just let it hover as you're lowering. Good. As that leg extends, I want you to engage the thigh. Think about using the biceps. A lot's going on here, right? You got your balance going. Good. And hopefully you're breathing. Good. 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good. And last 1. Nice. Go ahead and lower that weight. Again, remove the block if you've used it. Plant the hands, lift the back knee. This time we're going to step back into our plank pose. Once again, just pausing here. Shoulders out of the ear, core engaged, thighs engaged. And then we're going to either push back into your down dog or flow through a vinyasa. So either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if it's in your practice. Inhale, either up dog or low cobra. And then exhaling up and back into your down dog. We will take a couple of deep cleansing breaths here. Deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth. 1 more. And exhale. Good. Coming down onto the knees, coming into a child's pose. Separate the knees, toes touch. Stretch those arms out nice and long. Walk the hands a little bit closer together, and then bring the palms to touch. Take a bend in the arms. Walk the elbows away from you so you can lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the arms, forehead down to the ground. And thumbs are touching the back of the neck here. Breathing. Good, one more breath. Good, stretch those arms out nice and long once again. We're going to keep the right hand down on the ground, and once you take your left hand, you're going to thread it underneath the right arm. Bring your gaze up underneath that arm, maybe coming up high onto the right fingertips. Just feeling a stretch in the shoulder here. Good, slowly make your way back to center. Extend the left arm, come up high on the fingertips. Thread the right underneath the left. Breathe here. Good. Coming forward, extend those arms, and then walk the hands back towards the body, lifting up the torso. Good. Let's go ahead and just come into a seat just to start. Let's send those legs out nice and long. All right, so toes are flexed, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And then exhale, just a nice easy forward fold here. All right, so you're grabbing onto wherever you can. Soft knees here, don't lock them out. And just breathe. Good, slowly begin to rise on up. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way down onto our backs. Okay, make sure you have a block nearby. We're going to go ahead and just lift the hips up, and we're going to place the block underneath the hips. Good, and that should feel pretty good. All right, if this is at all uncomfortable, you certainly don't have to do this. We're just going to go ahead and just do some stretching. So let's go ahead and stretch the left leg out, draw the right knee in. If it feels better to keep the left foot down on the ground, certainly do so. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and extend that right leg up to the sky. Flex the foot. I want you to interlace behind the leg, and I want you to push the leg into the hand, right, as opposed to drawing in. I want you to really push that leg into the hand. Try to keep the shoulders pulled down. Good, one more breath. Good, now point through those right toes and now begin to draw that leg in towards the body. Certainly you can plant that left foot if that makes it easier for you. Soft bend is fine. Good, and then slowly release it. Go ahead and plant that foot down. We'll do the other side. So go ahead and just send that left leg up to the sky, interlace behind the back of the leg, push the leg into the hand. And again, the option is to have that right leg either straight or not, whatever works for you. Maybe it's different on one side than it is the other. Good, begin to point through those left toes, draw that leg a little bit closer towards you. It may not be very much. It is what it is. Good, slowly release it. We're going to send both legs up to the sky. And then just go ahead and just point and flex the feet, right? So you're really trying to stretch the top part of the foot as you stretch those toes up towards the sky, and then really push through those heels so that you can start to feel some length in the back of the legs. Good, keep the toes pointed, and we're going to go ahead and just rotate the ankles. Doesn't matter how you're doing it, which way, because we will reverse it right now. Reverse that. Good. And then just go ahead and bring the hands to the outside of the legs. We're going to go ahead and just open those legs up, right? Again, any amount is fine. You can either keep the hands here supporting, or you can go ahead and draw in on the inside of the legs, right? Whatever works for you. Good. Gently bring those legs back up to the sky. Take a bend in the knees, and drop those feet down, and then lift the hips and remove the block. We're going to separate those feet so that they are mat distance. I want you to go ahead and bring those arms out like a T. And then go ahead and drop those knees off to the right and bring your gaze to the left. You can either stay here, or if it's available to you, you can take that right foot and place it on top of the left knee. If that does not feel good, just stay right where you are. Or you can always take whatever reclined twist variation you like. And so if the foot is on top of the knee, slowly release it. Bring the knees back to center. Make sure the feet are still mat distance. And then go ahead and drop the knees off to the left. Bring your gaze to the right. And again, if it's available, you can take that left foot, place it on top of the right knee to get a deeper stretch. Whatever works for you. And so if that foot is on top of the knee, slowly release it. We'll go ahead and bring the knees back up to center. And then go ahead and just draw those knees into the chest, just an easy rock from side to side here. I want you to go ahead and tuck that chin into the chest, wrap your arms around the shins, get as small as you can here, squeezing everything, getting nice and small. Good, and now stretch everything out really nice and long. So you're reaching the arms up overhead, reaching through the toes, maybe moving from side to side. And then we'll just go ahead and prepare for a few moments in our Shavasana. So go ahead and separate those legs and let the toes fall where they want to. I want you to tuck the shoulders under you just a little bit, flip the palms up to the sky, moving the arms slightly away from the body. And just close your eyes and breathe. And just trying to keep yourself here in the present moment. Right? Not thinking about where you need to be next. Just give yourself this time and this space. So now just begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe stretching the arms and the legs again. And whenever you're ready, just drawing the knees up and rolling over onto the side of the body. And just pause for a moment here. And then using your hands to push yourself up, come into an easy seat, closing the eyes once you get there. And so as you go throughout the rest of the day today, just remember the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice, and then just to be kind to yourself and to others. And so bringing the palms together with the thumbs at the third eye, just gently bow the head to seal the practice. And may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste. And so I hope that you enjoyed this practice, and if you did, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know whatever comments you have, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat in the next practice. Take good care.